that we know that Israel is our beautiful inheritance, what are you and I to do? All right? You see a torch there lit. Many of our people, the people that I represent, the Anusim, have kept the Anusim torch lit for Anusim across our nation for many generations. In fact, for part of Anusim throughout the New World, you've overcome odds more than any other state. That is, I'm talking specifically here, any other group of people. Some of you, the remnant of you, all right? You've held the torch of our heritage, despite the Inquisition and Inquisitions and the flares and the, I call it, demons, if you will, enemies of the Inquisitions and persecution against our people. From here? You need to take your position as elders at the gate. You say, well, I'm not an elder. Well, I'm saying that some of you are in your calling, not that because somebody appointed you, but because God wants you to be a prayer warrior or an intercessor or an individual that really, really loves and prays for the peace of Jerusalem and for the remnant of God and for the remnant to take possession and to marry the land. You need to begin doing here today what you'll need to do tomorrow in our Negev. If you're on Osim, I'm saying our Negev because that's the land of our inheritance. We need to unite like never before. Look who's trying to take a hold of our inheritance. The people that are not the heirs. In fact, the people that are the enemies of God and the enemies of Eretz Israel and Am Israel, the enemies are trying to take over the land that God gave you and me. Or again, I'm saying you and me, with the understanding that I'm talking about Sephardic Anusim, or those that are Zionists that are called to pray. If you and I, if we that are of Jewish ancestry don't occupy our inheritance, somebody else will and has been trying for a long time. Screen. Look at what Fox News reported. Of course, this is not just back in 2006 and August 6th. This is repeatedly, but this was one time that Fox News reported that 90% of the world's nations are anti-Israel. 90%. What's happening to the land of inheritance, to the land that God promised Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, okay, all the way down to us, to you and me today? What's happening? Carving, 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 cutting, pushing, forcing, taking over, all right, squatting on the land, annihilating the Jews, taking over the land. Why? Why? Because you see, of all of the countries under the sun, of all of the lands, God says, that's my desirable land, my beautiful land, my lofty land, my pleasant land, the richest land with the greatest and richest inheritance of all the world, and that is where Messiah will come and reign and rule.